The station with the best music. Best music. Best music.
Coming closely, baby, coming close. No more words, you gotta show me now. Can you hold me?
In your face.
With me tonight,
All
you
over
gon'
the
win.
place. We're online 24/7.
Capping Out Radio, we're back live. I am Rachel Hampton with Jessica Newsport. It's been a minute since we've last hosted, but we're still here. Jess, what's good?
Busy as ever, Rachel. Been scouting for an extra co-host as management requested, and I'm thinking of this guy, Berg Williams. He seems like a pretty chill guy with interesting takes on things.
I heard they asked you to scout too. I'm glad your search has proved more worthwhile than mine, but with the name Berg Williams, I'm starting to think management is creating some sort of name trend. But anyway, I was told that today we have a Capping Out member calling into the show today.
Wait, now that you mention it, I see what they did there. But yes, I'm excited to see who's calling in today. Rachel, what's good with you?
I see why they're the higher-ups, honestly, but I'm good, Jess. Happy to be back at the station. How was that recipe I sent you?
It was delightful. The family loved it. We may need a Rachel Hampton cookbook. I suggest you not give any more recipes to me because I might steal your sauce. No pun intended.
Nonsense, love. I'll always share whatever I... Oh, I think that's our caller. Jess, can you connect us through?
On it, Rachel. We're live.
Capping Out Radio. Thanks for calling in. Talk to us.
What up, Capping Out family? It's your boy Chrome. The gamers may know me as Trippy Rome, but today I'm here to talk about music. You know, specifically to share a story about me and my man, Capp. Now, you know, me and Capp go way back. You know, so this particular story, we got to go back to 2018, 2019, when Capp released a project, No Mystery. And I'm gonna be honest, to this day, this is still one of my favorite albums by Capp. It has a lot of timeless records that I still listen to. Hear Me is definitely the standout, and that is still one of my favorite records. Let Me Talk, Where I Am, On Purpose, and the list goes on. Right? But there was a time period after he had launched the album, and he was playing snippets on Instagram, and he had posted a snippet of the record, Let Me Talk, in an Instagram story. And he had captioned it something along the lines of, yo, who wants to get on the remix? Right? And I always loved and admired that song, so I threw my hat in the race, and I was like, you know what I'm saying, let's do it. Let's lock it in. And he agreed. So I began working on my verse. I worked on my verse. I got the verse knocked out. Back then, I was working at a hospital. So as I was walking through the hospital delivering medications, I was just reciting my verse, getting it perfect, getting it polished, because I knew that Capp was on a level musically that I aspired to be at. So finally, some weeks passed. I've been rehearsing my verse for weeks, and it comes time to record. Capp pulls up to my crib. This is back when I was staying in the Addison Apartments out in Hampton. Salute to the 757. We had actually nicknamed the apartment the Trap House because I was staying with my boy Josh, and the place was barely furnished. You know, it was bare bones. You go in, living room, no, there ain't no TV. Like, we just had a couch randomly placed there. You know, even in our rooms, it was like bare bones. It was like bed, entertainment set, TV, you know, and we just had to keep it rocking. You know, I was in college. He was doing his thing. So we were kind of still in the come up. But I digress. We come in to record the record. We bust out the recording equipment. He pulls out his setup. So I'm like, boom, it's lit. This is where we're going to record at. I record first. I go up to the mic. I'm comfortable. I'm confident. You get what I'm saying? I spit my verse. I maybe either one take it or two. It's either one or two tries, but I get through it pretty fluently, right? Because I've been rehearsing it for so long. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm like, man, I just killed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was, at the time, that was without a doubt my best verse. And then it's Capp's time to record. I hear him start the record off. Just so much energy. He presses that play button. I either see it, spot it, do it, got it, all off the top when I'm thinking of a topic, take another hit, off like a hockey, this is my cue, hit it out of pocket. I'm like, yo. I'm like, damn. And then there was a particular part in the verse where he switches it and he hit the be myself because I know myself. I'm an Nerd. Yes, I know. You ain't got to tell me because I just told you. And I'm thinking to myself, like, me and him were recording to the same instrumental. And not to mention, he had already laid the original track with his flow. So as he's energetically introducing these new flows and these new pockets, I'm just like, yo, he is just on a completely different level. This man is on a completely different level. You know what it reminded me of? If I'm to do a Street Fighter analogy, most artists, they have a bag. They have a thing. I think about it like Street Fighter character. You know, you got Ryu. You know, he has more of like a martial arts type of stance. Kind of looks like a boxer, but then he throws some kicks in there. But like at the same time, his range of motions, once you go through his command list, you start to see like, okay, this is the type of movements and this is his style, right? And then there's characters like Akuma and Ken who are similar, but they're different. They have similar essence, martial arts wise, but they have different movements. They have different bags, but then you can kind of see it like, you know, there's still kind of some similarities. But just imagine if somebody has the Ryu character, but then he starts doing the wrestling moves like Zangief and starts doing that spinning twist that he does with his arms extended. And then he starts moving like Blanca and like rolling up into a ball and like just jetting across the screen and like electrifying himself. That's what I felt like I was witnessing. That's what I felt like I was witnessing at that moment. That's what I felt like I was hearing. That's what I felt like I was embodying. I was looking at something and I had looked at the verse and all I could think of is Ryu. Maybe I can come in and be Ken. Maybe I could come in and be like an Akuma. But then after hearing his verse, he brought out all the characters. And it was so entertaining. And I was like, we had the same instrumental we were working off of, but he came up with all those different patterns and pockets. I was blown away. And I had never recorded in the same room as Capp either. I had always been a fan of his records, but I had never recorded in the same room. And after that day, I was like, that power, that presence, that fluidity, the range. You know, I definitely had another level of admiration for Capp and his artistry after that day. And I'll be hard pressed to tell you that I didn't try to incorporate some of those aspects into my music moving forward. So again, shout out to Capping Out Radio. I appreciate y'all having me. Hope y'all enjoyed the story. Peace.
Capping Out Radio, thanks for calling in, Rome. We love hearing the behind-the-scenes stories of Capping Out.
I remember that record, Let Me Talk. Super interesting hearing what went on behind the scenes. Rome, thanks for the call and keep posting gaming clips. We love it.
This is Rachel Hampton with Jessica Newsport, and you're tuned into Capping Out Radio.
Every time I give my all, my effort is obsolete. But even in defeat, I repeat, my mind elite. Dreaming of a good life that it never could be. Cause without my key, that happy home incomplete. Story of